Obviously, really proud of our group. Mostly proud of myself. I cooked Anthony Roy a steak dinner last night. So we have a partnership with Malat Distribution, and they make, I think, the best meats in the Midwest, all the best restaurants, and so we want to fill their freezers. So they feel like Green Bay's really taking care of them. And he said, "Coach, I don't know how to cook a steak on a pan." So I was like, "Come over." So he came over. I showed him one on a grill and one on my flat top outside. And he actually liked the one on the grill better because they're marinated differently. But we sat and talked, and I mean, he's a really, really good human being, and he's been through a lot personally. Some of it self-induced, some of it just the circumstance. But obviously, I mean, you look and you're like, that was a spectacular performance. But what makes it even more special to me is we butted heads a lot this summer on mid-range jump shots. I'm not a fan. I have a rule: you can take a mid-range jump shot, but you better make it. And so he's gotten to where he's really embraced it. And instead of those shot fakes and getting to a midi, a 17-foot pull-up, he's really disciplined himself. And I can't be more effuse in my praise of him, not because he made shots, because he's doing what we want, right? Like, this is his last year playing college. He doesn't have to do exactly what we want, but he's leading, he's competing, he's doing what we want to the best of his ability. And today, obviously, the ball went in the basket.
Doug, would you want to do in this exhibition game? Like, did you go in with a mindset, whether that's get the guys on the floor, different rotations? Like, what was the mindset for this exhibition game for you guys specifically?
Well, I didn't want to lose Foster Wonders in shoot-around. So, I mean, we made 22 threes, and we didn't have the best shooter in the league playing. And we don't yet have Isaiah Miranda as well. I just wanted to win. I mean, I have so much respect for St. Norbert's and how they played, and we just felt like if we could hit some shots early and make them play catch-up. And we hit shots early, but so did they. We really struggled to guard their actions. They're a disciplined bunch. They're well-coached. I mean, look, if you take, I know it's impossible, if you take Anthony Roy out, and you put a normal human being in there, it's a dogfight. So, we got a lot to work on. I came in with the mindset of, I had about 7 or 8 that I wanted to play, and I think I got 13 or 14 in the first half again. I got all 18 in the game. I think that's got to be some sort of school record. Yeah. But we're just trying to see who's ready, who's not. Some of them, you just got to get a taste of playing in front of people. It's different. And we had a lineup there in the second half. I'd love to see the plus minus of those guys, where we had 5 freshmen, counting Mac Recchi, so redshirt freshman. And those guys, I thought, did a very, very good job of, again, doing what we want, competing at the defensive end, moving the ball on offense. And, obviously we had 20 assists on 33 field goals. That's who we want to be. We took 43s. That's who we want to be. And we just felt like, with St. Norbert's, as much as they load up in the lane, we're going to have to spray it, but we can't just play, noon ball or church league ball where you come down and shoot. We got to get in the paint and then kick out and then do it again and again and again. For the most part, the decision-making was really good. There's a lot to clean up defensively, especially in the low post. But, how can you not be happy when you beat a very well-coached team by 29 points?
How did it feel for you just to roam those sidelines for your first game here?
Thank you.
To coach your first game.
Oh, it was great. It was great. It's weird because everybody asks me, like, what's your first game? It's like, well, I was coaching like 8 in a weekend, if you go back to March and April. But it is really cool. Who are we kidding? I took a moment before we walked out to myself to just, thanks to the big fella upstairs, my dad, and to God. It was great. The support that the community has had is amazing, but the support that the coaches and the players, because they understand how bad I want it, but you can't. It's like a golf swing. You can't swing too hard or it sprays right. You just got to find your balance. So we give these guys a lot of freedom. We think we put them in position to succeed, and I think they have fun. I do. Look, some of those guys played, single-digit minutes, and they want to play more. I understand. But we want to create a competitive environment, and you're going to play the way we want you to play. And if not, we'll find somebody who will. And those guys that are playing more are playing the way we want them to play. So how did it feel for me? It felt great. But I know what's coming November 4th. I know what's coming with St. Thomas. I know what's coming with Western Illinois, with Providence. Like, we have a very difficult schedule, and so we can't get caught up in, hey, we had a guy catch a heater, and think that's who we are. We got to be better defensively, and we got to continue to not play selfishly offensively. When that ball moves, we're getting paint touches, we're getting kickouts. It's really hard to guard. Now, when you're playing small, it's hard to do at the other end, so we got to shore some of those things up. But we took a look at, I don't know if you guys realized that there's about 4 different kinds of pressure there. And, we have C.J. O'Hara is a freshman, and he looked like a freshman on offense, but if you can't tell, he's an amazing defender. He's the only guy in the program that can guard Anthony Roy. And when he came here, he said he wanted to play right away. And I said, okay, well, the way on the court for you is to play defense. And the way to show me you can play defense is guard Anthony Roy every day in practice. And he guards Anthony Roy every day in practice, which not only gave him the confidence to guard people, but also earned Anthony's respect. Rudy's the emotional and mental leader, but they all respect and sort of fear AR, right? And when he kind of knights you as like, hey, you can play, like you can see like all their confidence light up. So I thought C.J. O'Hara in his minutes. And then I thought Oriel Selka was outstanding. He hadn't played a ton, and we didn't get our international players until September 4th. And so, the first 2 weeks, we were like, maybe we got to send this dude home. And Roy's very, very bright, maybe a little bit too much so, but he's really skilled, and he's getting better and better every day. And he's fighting for minutes. So I was proud of him. And then I think you can see, like Ben Tweedy, he processes mentally at such a high rate. The problem is that he calls certain plays with an Australian accent, so you can't understand. Like, diagonal is not diag, but apparently in Australia he calls it diag, and I can't understand what diag is. But it's a good group, and the young guys really competed. And then, we've been on to Rudy about playing with confidence and not trying to be perfect. And I think his issue is he tried so hard to be perfect. And, hey, I want you to shoot. And I told him before the game, Foster's not here. You're as good a shooter as Foster. You just got to let it fly. And I thought he played an outstanding floor game and then shot the ball well.
What happened to Foster, and is that a long-term thing?
I don't. He just sprained it today. It was just, and we go pretty hard on day of game, but it was a drill we do every day called Playoff 2, where he drives in and he holds the ball. It's got a rondo, and he's just rolled his ankle. So luckily we have 10 days, and we'll see. He'll be over at Club 5 getting some special treatment, and I have no doubt he's diligent, and hopefully we'll have him for Oklahoma State. If not, we need him for St. Thomas, because he's a maker, not a shooter.
How close is Isaiah Miranda coming back, and could he have played today?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm really at liberty to say, only, but he's cranked up his workouts of late.
Okay.
And and if he wants to tell us that he's still banged up, I have some warm-up dunks to show him that show that seems like you're okay to me, big fella. So I'm not going to be the coach that dictates when you're on the floor. As much as I'd like to, you can't establish yourself with that reputation, because trust is so important with any generation, but especially with this generation. They don't trust anybody. So I know he wants to play against Oklahoma State, obviously. It's one of the reasons I played the game. But he's got to be fully ready, fully cleared. So he's not yet. He's done non-contact stuff. And, we got like a 10-day window. And I would guess, one of the things about watching everybody else have fun and scoring 100 and, what we score, 102?
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to not want to get back in the gym tomorrow morning and get after it.
What do you do from now until your season opener at OSU?
Tomorrow we're gonna go hard. We're gonna lift hard and condition and skill and watch film. We're gonna take the weekend off, and then we're gonna get after it, ramp back up to conditioning, because I won't be playing 18 guys when we play Oklahoma State. So we'll condition, we'll sharpen, and we gotta figure out a couple things defensively, and then just continue to show them what it looks like when the ball is really moving and we're really cutting and do what we want. I think, I wish I could tell you there's some ornate magical process.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, we're going hard tomorrow morning so that they have 2.5 full days off. Then we'll go Monday pretty hard. Tuesday we'll hit them with 2-a-days, and I think we're taking Wednesday and Friday off that week. But we'll go really hard Monday and Tuesday and Thursday in an effort to kind of push them and then let them get their legs back over the weekend, and then we'll get ready to go Monday. I'm a fanatic about that, what's called the magic level, which is you push them and you get them sore and you get them in great shape, but you have to have them like rested and fresh for games. So it's not a perfect science because they're all different. And some of those guys, we have what's called a stay ready crew. Those are the red shirts and some of the guys that don't play as much. So those guys we have on a little bit different lifting trajectory, whereas the main 7 or 8 are going to be, they're going to lift hard and condition hard, but then we'll probably shut that off at about Wednesday. So you're just really trying to manage their bodies and manage their conditioning. And, it's interesting. We don't practice in the arena much. We love the DB. And when I say we shot poorly yesterday, it's an understatement. Like, nobody can make a shot.
Yeah.
And so I turned and said, should we practice in the arena more often because they're shooting? But no, don't worry about it. And obviously today, look, you take out Ant, and the numbers are fairly pedestrian. But, Rudy shot well. Marcus can shoot better than he shot. Obviously we got a little bit out of some other guys. But we got to shoot the ball a little bit better from other people. And obviously Foster will help that. And Marina can shoot as well. Believe it or not, he's 7'1", he can shoot threes. So we got some talent. The challenge is going to be to defend better, especially on the interior, and to continue to play together and, not get any mopey faces when we're not playing well. I was most proud of the fact that the attitudes were all great. Like, that is a non-negotiable for us. I want you to turn on the film and look and see 18 guys super engaged, and they really were.
What was the communication like between you and your assistants on the sidelines?
What do you mean?
Like, whether that's like McCabe or Archibald, how you guys kind of manage that on the sidelines and what you thought of it first time on the court?
We basically did the same thing in the scrimmage, and so just so you know, we scrimmage all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So obviously it's a little different when we do the timeouts every 4 minutes, and I only think I used to use or lose it. Did I use any other ones?
I don't know off the top of my
Okay,
head.
you're welcome for getting people out of here early. But no, it's good. I have Damon sit first chair because he's the defensive coordinator,
Yeah.
and so we're going back and forth, and then I can hear Jordan, and we kind of filter it that way.
Yeah.
And then I have a sheet from Dennis where he and Eric write some suggestions. There's guys who want to get in, matchups we like, actions we like, whatever. And so when I get my box, I get that as well. And then when we break for a timeout, Jordan and I discuss more of the offense and the overall, and Damon handles the defense first. So I thought it worked really, really, really well, and you got Tyrus and Jerry down there as, former pros who are really talking with the guys and giving them little pieces of advice. So that's how we did it. I thought it worked well.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll talk to you before you play Oklahoma State, and it's got to be tough the first games. There's not much tape on these teams. Is it more about just kind of like worry about you guys before going into that game? Or
No, he coached last year at Western Kentucky, and he coached it. He's not changing what he did. He went to the NCAA tournament. He knows what he's doing. So they play a scrimmage against SMU on Saturday. I don't know if that's available, but if it is on some satellite, we'll get it. But I don't think there's any secret. His teams play hard as hell. They're going to throw the ball inside, and they're going to get up and guard you. And, if our guys are soft, we'll get run out of the building. If they're tough, we'll be okay. So it'll be really hard. Emotionally, it'll be, I think, challenging for Jeremiah. He wanted to go there. He wants to prove to them that they should have done more to get him. I think the same thing with Isaiah. And, I'll do my best for my emotions as well. It's a special place to me. My whole basketball and personal life changed dramatically once I got off Highway 51. And so I love the place. So, but we got a long way to get to. It's a long 10 days. And I want to see if we can have all 18 of our guys healthy. My thing is I just want to play good basketball, and I think you saw that obviously Anthony played exceptional basketball, but a lot of those were the looks we're looking for. I mean, the second half, it was just heater. He was just running a heater. And again, part of that is, we talked about it. Their defensive style, that pack line, which Coach Bennett used, it challenges you to make contested shots. He can make contested shots. He's a bucket getter. That's what he does. So the challenges of getting off of it some, trusting his teammates, which he's done a really good job of. I mean, when we scrimmaged, the best play he made the whole scrimmage, and he had like 30 in the scrimmage, but late in the game was getting kind of close, really physical. He drove in there and probably could have laid it in, and he zipped a left-handed pass to Foster in the corner. And we showed everybody, like, this is who we are. We're a one more pass team. We're not good enough to just ISO and go get ours, because that's just low percentage, and it's not how I want to play. So this is who we are. This is how we want to play. If you guys like it, come back. If you don't, you're probably going to get annoyed, because I'm sold on offensively. This is kind of the style of how it goes. We want to space. We want to create double gap drives. And if you're going to help on us, we're going to spray it. And the right guys are going to take the right shots.
I got one last one. Does tonight's game kind of get you amped up for what will be this season?
How could it not?
Yeah.
How could it not? I mean, we put up triple digits in the scrimmage, and we should have scored 125. We put up triple digits here, and we got a little stagnant at times. But yeah, I mean, you're like literally living a dream, The weather was great today, and come in, and I don't know, it was awesome. It's just, the people of Green Bay have been amazing, and then what we've created culture-wise is outstanding. And look, I know that losses are coming, and it's going to be hard, and guys get in their feelings. But as of now, it's pretty good. So, yeah, I'm excited. I understand the season is really, really long, and there's going to be ups and downs. And the challenge to our culture is what happens when we take a butt whooping. But for now, I mean, these guys are all going to come back. There'll be some that'll be in there tonight. They just love it. And then we tell all the kids, listen, the University of Wisconsin system has some of the best party schools in the country. Stout, Cross, Madison, awesome. This is not one of them. But you know what this is? Great place to be a basketball player. So we got great facilities. We got awesome passion. And, the only issue we've had is guys getting in the gym after midnight. Guys get in the weight room after midnight. Insurance can't have them from between midnight and 5 a.m. So, we don't recruit anybody that when we tell them that, they're like, eh. Well, one player who was in the portal that was last year's group is like, there's really not that much to do. I was like, well, did you come to school for something to do, or did you come to school to be a basketball player? Again, it's not for everybody. And I'm not for everybody. I'm sorry. I screwed up.
You're good.
But 26 is carrying our games. I got to make sure that's there. They get special treatment. Special treatment. So yeah, we lost one like that, but they're fun. Because part of it is they don't know. The beauty of young players that haven't played college, but they don't know. They don't know we're going to go play 5-on-8. They don't know what Providence is like, where you're going to be in the double bonus 5 minutes in, and 18,000 people are telling me what a jerk I am, and that's putting it nicely. So, youthful exuberance and ignorance is kind of bliss, but it's really fun. I mean, honestly, I swear to you, teaching Anthony Roy how to cook a steak is the coolest thing. I love that. I love that. And, we talked about, he's got a cat. He's like, Coach, you have a dog. I was like, I have a lot more money than you have, dude. Don't buy it. Why did you buy a cat? You got kitty litter, you got cat food. The cat's always, places. You got people that are allergic to cats or whatever. He's like, my bad, I understand. So you're kind of trying to teach him how to manage, their cost of attendance check and where to go and stop eating out. And Coach, I don't want to eat out, but I don't know how to cook this thing. So those are the things that are super fun, because it's like the old was it give a man a fish, he eats for a day, teach a man to fish, he eats for life. So I didn't teach him how to butcher a cow, but I taught him how to make a steak. So I'm pretty happy about myself. Take my dubs.
Cool. That's a good way to end it.